Today's podcast is brought to you by nobody because we don't have any sponsors.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of Our Wives Are Friends with your hosts Tyler and Eric. We're going to be talking about getting older and how shitty that is. With our new special guest, an old buddy of mine, Cody. Cody, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, tell our listeners a little bit about yourself, and maybe some of your dad journey.
Hey guys, I'm Cody. I'm 31 years old. I got a 5-year-old daughter, and I'm Sagittarius. So,
You're a Sagittarius,
oh
just
yeah,
for all the
yeah. Well, I think
all
that
the moon lover girls out
well,
there, or what?
yeah, I think that way they can, they know what I'm about. So,
You're already like throwing it out there, trying to
hey,
get the ladies to hit you up.
I'm a single dad, man. I gotta get the
Any
the
ladies
word
out
out
there,
there.
if you're interested in the way Cody sounds based on his voice, we send us a message on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok.
Hey, that's the only reason why I'm here, by the way.
What kind of is it? Like a younger thing you're looking for, or an older thing?
Uh, I don't know. Younger thing is tough to deal with, and the older thing,
Well, you're getting older
Some
yourself.
pros and cons.
yeah.
You're getting older yourself, so I mean, when you're looking for the older, is that like grandma?
Jeez, grandma.
That's
What do you think I
taking it pretty
am?
far, Tyler.
I don't know, man. There's like late 30-year-old grandmas. I'm just saying, man. We're in our 30s. We're not in our 20s anymore. So once you start looking for that older woman,
I don't know.
they're
Are there
almost
any
grandmas.
30-year-old grandmas?
I don't know about 30, but maybe 39. Possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not out of the realm of possibilities.
No. If they had a kid at 20,
Yeah.
at 39, that kid's
Yeah.
19.
Yeah. Okay. Point taken.
All right.
All right. Well, I
Alright.
guess if you're
Well-
a 39-year-old grandma.
Well, let's
Maybe
go
I-
back. Let's
We'll
go
make some exceptions.
Let's backtrack a little bit here. Cody, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your situation?
Okay. Well, yeah, like as I just spoke on, I'm a single dad, and I've been in the oil industry for 10 years. That's where I met Tyler. And I just work and take care of my kid and try to, provide the best life for her and do my
Are
thing.
you? I mean, it sounds like you're on the dating scene. So what's it like trying to juggle? And you're not with your daughter's mom. So how is that juggle between like dating other women, not wanting them to meet your daughter yet, unless it's something serious? I know that's always like an issue, you know.
Yeah, I definitely. Well, to be honest, my daughter hasn't met anybody that I've dated or kind of been seeing because it never got that far yet.
Well, that's
Anyways.
good. I would applaud that because I've heard of so many scenarios of people where they're like, they've only been dating like a week and they're already like hanging out with the kids, and then that like devastates the kid when you break up.
Yeah. Then the following week, there's a new person in the picture.
A new man or a new girl. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to do any of that. It's got to be kind of serious, maybe a few dates, and I need to see a future. You know what I mean, so
Well, I mean, yeah, I could see where that's hard. I mean, I never had to be in that situation where I had a kid and I was also single. I know Eric hasn't been in that situation either.
No, I have not.
So that's kind of where we're coming to you, where with your experiences, because we never experienced that, of the mystery woman aspect. Because that's, I mean, I don't know what your sex or love life is like, but are you like dating every week, or is this like, every once in a while type thing?
no, it's very few and far between, to be honest. I'm maybe it's because I'm picky, maybe it's because I work a lot and I take care of my kid when I got her. I don't like to go do anything when I got her, and
Well, it's because your priorities are daughter and work to help take care of your daughter when you have her.
yeah, and I
And
think
not
that,
have her, I guess, right? I mean, you're a supporter in that way.
Yeah, and I think like with the whole theme of what we're talking about, when you get older, your priorities change, and especially when you have kids, and it's more important for me to be a good dad and raise my kids right and not make her grow up to be a piece of shit.
Yeah. No, I think that's like been a theme of all of the episodes or podcasts that we've done so far is changing of priorities.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so.
Yeah.
Especially, as time goes by and
I know that Eric and I, that's something that we've talked about on multiple episodes is um, having to rearrange our whole lives and our way of thinking where I would, I'm not going to go out and buy myself the nicest thing. I'd rather spend that money on my daughter or child or whatever, and I'd rather rock that pair of jeans with a hole in it.
yeah, spending money and time, like he was saying, going to work and you come home,
Mm-hmm.
he spends his time with his daughter, and after that there's not a whole lot else to give most of the time. I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do have opportunities where she's with her mom and stuff like that. But then, it makes
Difficult.
it's almost hard to get out there and do things
All
sometimes.
I'm hearing right now is you have the opportunity to to stay in shape, go to the gym, take care of yourself a little bit. Whereas we don't have that opportunity because I mean, there is no on and off with our kids. And I wish for you that you didn't have an on and off because to me that sucks. Because I love spending every moment I can with my daughter.
Right, because and then when I don't have her, I struggle trying to figure out, well, what am I going to do now? I feel like I should be, dadding it up right now, and I'm not.
You
So
just kind of like sit at home, like depressed and lolling, or do you get out and go to the bar? Do you go hang out with friends? Um, go
yeah.
to Legoland by yourself?
Well, I try to get out and do things. I like listening to live music and stuff like that. So I try to do that, but it's hard to go. I have a lot of friends that are in relationships, like you guys,
Yeah,
and it's hard for them to get out and go do things. And when I go do things by myself, I feel like
third wheel.
the resident weirdo, like wherever I'm at. I'll sit over in the corner by myself and sip a beer and listen to live music and go, "Yep, this is a lot of fun." You
Yeah,
know,
I do have to say, as we get older, it's hard, when you call friends up. A lot of them have stuff going on, whether it's work or family stuff. So it's really hard to
Dude, half the time,
really do anything.
majority of my friends I don't talk to for like months on end, just because I know we're all busy doing stuff, but that doesn't make us not friends,
Right.
you know.
But when
So
we do get a break in the action, it's almost a shot in the dark. Like, hey, you got plans today? What are you doing?
yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I do. Whereas Cody, what kind of schedule do you have an agreement with?
oh, okay. Well, so I have her Monday nights overnight, Friday nights overnight, and then every other weekend. And I'm pretty flexible. Myself and her mom are pretty flexible. But hey, if I need you to keep her this night. Can you do that? Back and forth. We're pretty good. We co-parent really well. We're definitely better friends and co-parents than we were in a relationship. So
Well, that just shows it wasn't meant to be, I guess, right?
yeah.
I know in the past you guys have tried again and it just never seems to work out. So I think it's for the best. Seems like to be in the co-parent position as opposed to relationship.
Yeah, I think when we tried again, it was more or less wanting to stay a family, and like you guys, wanting to stay a family, be together, all that mushy stuff. But like ultimately, it's just not gonna work.
It's better to not be in a toxic relationship, from my experience. I'd rather not be in that situation.
Right.
Because it's not good for the kid. Because if you guys are gonna fight all the time, if you're having arguments, bickering, hate each other, then that's not a good. I'd rather have the separation and not let the kids see that all the time. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, no, I agree. And it sounds like, they have a really good, working relationship, and, that all sounds pretty positive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know getting older sucks. As a, I'm not the same. I don't feel the same as I used to when I was a kid or when I was in my 20s or teen years. I feel like I can still run 12 miles, but I know at the end of that 12 miles, I'm going to die. Whereas I could just like continue my day when I was like 18.
Yeah, or getting in 1 mile and being like, okay, this 12 miles
this
definitely not happening.
Yeah, was all in my head. This was a fabricated 12 miles. There's no way.
There's nothing fun about getting old. Well, I mean, there's some things, but as far as aging in your body,
well, I mean,
it sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. The thing that bugs me the most, I think, about getting older is the fact that I can wake up with an injury now.
That happened to me recently.
I don't physically have to like go eat shit somewhere, riding a bike or riding a motorcycle or something. I can literally wake up out of my bed, roll over, get up for work in the morning, and my shoulder's hurting, or my neck is hurting, or my back is hurting.
That happened to me recently. I had like an issue where I slept on my neck wrong, and like I was paralyzed for like a week. It felt like, and then 2 months later, I was feeling it. Like, dude, don't know what happened that night, but whatever happened,
dude, I've been in that situation where you get up and you feel like Quasimodo, dude. You're like hunched over, like you're like, oh my gosh.
And the frustrating part is, you go to bed, you're fine. You're fine when you went to bed.
Yep. Yeah, you woke up like you just played like, I don't know, like you tore your ACL in a Monday Night Football game, but you really were just asleep.
Yeah, especially if you have little ones too, because little ones like to get in bed. They don't like to sleep in their own bed, and mine especially will just sprawl out, and I'll be on the edge of the bed, kind of almost falling off the edge, and she's starfished, and she's only. She's only 48 inches tall, almost, and
we have a few.
You got a little sliver of the bed left.
Yeah,
I've been there. My daughter she's very good, very, very, very good about sleeping in her own bed in her own room. But kids have nightmares, they have dreams, they have whatever. Some weird noise might scare them, and they'll want to come sleep with you for an hour or two. She's one of those that like spins while she sleeps, so I end up like getting kicked in the back. I fell off the bed one time. Like I was out on a sliver, like you're talking, and I woke up like slamming my head on the floor.
That's one hell of a way to wake up.
Dude, it sucks.
I have to attribute my daughter's issue with sleeping in her bed to my dad, who let her watch Chucky. And now she thinks Chucky is everywhere. She won't even go to the bathroom by herself because she thinks Chucky's going to come out of the toilet.
Is this a recent thing? Or was she like 2, 3, 4, 5 years old?
Oh, it's like 6 months ago, and now I've been dealing with it ever since.
Like every doll she has, she throws away because now she thinks it'll come alive and kill her?
No, every incident that she has to go somewhere by herself, like even into the bathroom in my apartment, and I'm in the living room, she goes to go to the bathroom, she has a hard time going by herself because she thinks that Chucky's going to come out of the toilet. So, baby, it's just a movie. It's not real. And then she complains, "Oh, Papa let me watch Chucky, and now I think he's everywhere." Like killing me.
That's like my mom was telling me when she was a kid. That's when like Jaws came out and the movie Piranha.
Yeah.
To this day, she will not step into the ocean. Will not step into a lake. If she can't see down to the bottom with clear water, she ain't getting in it. It ruined her. Me personally, I don't like the ocean because I don't like the fucking ocean. I don't like sharks. I didn't have to watch Jaws to realize I don't like sharks.
Right. You just feel a little out of your element. I mean, for me, I like the ocean, but I don't really like being, over neck high in the ocean. I have no idea what's swimming under me. And
I went snorkeling one time in Cabo, like right when we graduated high school. Me and a couple other buddies went to. I wasn't even 18 yet, dude. I was 17 years old. Went to Cabo, the three of us, by ourselves for a week. We went on a snorkel cruise that had an open bar, and the drinking age in Mexico is 18, right? So nobody checks IDs because if you look 18, they're not going to question it. So we were hammered. Went out in the middle of the ocean, open bar, and then they go, "Hey, by the way, this is a snorkel cruise, so here's your snorkel gear." And we're like, oh fuck, we forgot it was like this is what we were doing. So all three of us put on like we're all hammered, putting on our fins and goggles and stuff, and we all jump into the water. And the more we're moving and swimming, the drunker we're getting because of the blood flows moving. Dude, it was a rough time. And looking, I mean, you could see kind of some of the fish and turtles and colorful fish and stuff like that. But I just remember looking at one buddy and his goggles were gone. Dude, where's your snorkel and goggles? And he just like starts looking down, and both of us look down in the water, and his goggles are just floating to the bottom.
See him sinking to the bottom.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, that's my experience of being in the middle of the ocean, swimming around. And I was drunk. I was inebriated, so I didn't think of the dangers. But sober, fuck no, ain't getting in.
Yeah, that's true. I'm assuming that's why those booze cruises are a little more successful, as they get everyone liquored up by the time they get out there.
Get everyone liquored up, and everyone's more willing to jump in.
I did the same thing in Hawaii. I went on one of those, and I was pretty intoxicated, and I just went ahead and jumped in the ocean. And then when I was in there like 5 minutes, and I saw turtles and stuff swim past me, it kind of hit me like, oh my god, what am I doing swimming in the middle of the ocean?
Well, you think it'd be like a liability for the cruise, like letting people be that hammered and, and jump down and have to like
Find their way back to the boat.
yeah, and be able to use the snorkels and all this stuff. And
well, it makes me wonder. They must pay or have some pretty good insurance, and how many people they've lost on these and they don't disclose or talk about.
Yeah, I'd be interested in those statistics. Like,
show me the statistics of how many people you've lost on a open bar snorkel cruise. Show me
by
that.
self-intoxication, or maybe bit by a shark in front of the whole cruise.
Dude.
I'm sure that would make news, though. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know, man. I was in Vegas for my brother's bachelor party. Sorry. In Vegas, and there was a shooting. I mean, closing off the strip, SWAT team involved, evacuating hotels. We watched a guy get shot next to us on the strip, drop and fall, blood pouring out of him. I look at my brother and his friends, and I go, "Fuck out of here!" Let's go down this alley. Let's get out of here. We get away. I, being slightly intoxicated,
that seems modest.
Crossed the street where the SWAT team was. I walked right up to the SWAT team and said, "What the hell's going on here?" Dude, everyone was there was like 200 people packed on one street, and the SWAT team was on the other street, and I crossed the barricade and just like, "Dude, what's going on?" Like, nobody knows what's going on. What's going on? They're like, "You got to get out of here. Get the fuck, like, what the fuck are you doing here? Leave." I said, "All right, dude, I just was asking." So I walked back, and I went back to my brother and his friends, and I was like, "Yeah, let's get off the strip. Like, this probably doesn't seem like a safe place."
You like flip your wallet out like there's some like a police badge in it or something.
Yeah, and I guess another person got shot in the street. And they cleared out a whole hotel. Like, there was like a sniper or somebody shooting from the top of the hotel. So I was like, "Dude, let's get off." We went down an alley and got off the strip. Made some phone calls like, "Hey, this is happening. In case you hear it on the news," Made a phone call to my wife now, my mom, all this stuff. Like, "Hey, if you hear this on the news, we're okay. All of us are safe, blah, blah, blah." Not one fucking peep on the news. Not one peep did any of this make any news.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
You know why?
Why?
Because we asked one of the sheriffs in Vegas. They said this happens majority of the time. Because if this all came out all the time, nobody would go to Vegas and spend money.
Yeah, I could see the casinos paying some money to kind of keep things on the hush a little bit.
Which I'm cool with. I
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll still go to Vegas. It's fun.
Well, it's the same thing with a lot of like tourist destinations, like ocean stuff. A lot of locals don't report shark bites and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they want the tourism.
I mean, as long as it's like a mild shark bite, not like losing your leg shark bite.
I do have a funny story from that incident. So in Vegas, we're all huddled up together, and we went down this alley to get off the strip, and we're all huddled up. Like, okay, what's our next move? we're staying in an Airbnb off the strip, so we had to get an Uber, Lyft, something like that to take us home, take us back to the Airbnb. And so we're like huddled up, it's like football. We were huddled up together. Okay, what's the next move? What are we gonna do? And this guy walks up to us, full suit, stranger, had no idea who this was, and we're like talking like this. Next thing you know, there's a dude in our huddle that we didn't know who it was. He was just like there with us. Like, who the fuck is this guy? He was like, oh, just in case you guys are trying to get like Uber or Lyft, they're not gonna pick you up right now. You have to go down that way, make a left. They'll come pick you up over there. We're like, all right, thanks, dude. And then he goes, while in the huddle with our arms wrapped around us, mind you, he goes, hey, you guys want to go to a strip club? I got entry fees. If you guys want to go to a strip club. He was just trying to get us into a fucking strip club. It's like those little flyers you see everywhere. He just joined our conversation to let us know, hey, you guys want to go to a strip club? What the fuck, man? This dude just got shot next to us. We're trying to get out of here, and I don't want to go to no fucking strip club.
Sounds like a good salesman.
He was trying to be. He was trying to offer us, like, free dance, free entry,
Probably a limousine ride there.
And then, not to mention, we finally get our Uber or Lyft. We're driving. The chick driving us goes, hey, you guys want to go to a strip club tonight? I'm not fucking joking. She goes, I work at the Sapphire Club. You guys want to come? We're like, dude, what the fuck? Dude, everyone's just trying to get you into a strip club at all times.
I've been to that club. It's a badass club.
I've been to the club as well.
She told us that she did the makeup for all the strippers in there, and we're like, oh, that's cool, but we just don't want to die tonight. At this point, we just don't want to die. But it was pretty funny. Looking back at it, it was like we literally watched a guy fall and die. Another dude get shot in the street. I walked up to SWAT team, asked what's going on. We got off the strip, finally got back to the place, got asked to go to a strip club multiple times. It just was, at the end, you're kind of laughing about it.
Sounds like a good Vegas trip.
It was the weekend of the McGregor-Mayweather fight.
Ooh.
Wow.
There was a lot going on that night.
I'm sure there's a lot of people there.
There was a ton of people there. Ton of people.
All this talking about Vegas kind of makes me want to go.
That's another thing, man.
Without somebody getting shot.
Is when you're younger,
preferably.
Vegas is one of those places where it's almost like age doesn't exist, right? So like, you're at home, you have a hangover, you drink a bunch the night before, you end up getting a fat hangover the older we get, right? When we're young, dude, I could wake up and go to the gym after having a whole night, like a binge night.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Just wake it up, shake it off.
Now that we're older, dude, I get hangovers now. I never used to get hangovers.
You ever had a hangover that lasted into the next day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Bananas.
That's old age there.
But I feel like when you're in Vegas, that's almost like out the window because you just don't stop, right? You don't give that self your opportunity to have hangover until the drive home. What do you think? Is that how you guys do it in Vegas or what?
Well, when I was younger in Vegas, yeah, I haven't been since in a couple of years. I've aged a little bit, so it's hard to tell.
We need to. It sounds like we need to get our wives or friends trip to Vegas.
Yeah. What do you think, Cody?
Well, when I go to Vegas, we wake up the morning after and we're hungover and we try to eat something and then
we go down to the buffet and throw some greasy food down your throat and then just start drinking again, right?
Yeah, and they just kind of keep it running. But like you said, when on the way home, you just try to get yourself together and make it home.
One thing I've learned is a little easier is coming home on a Monday instead of a Sunday.
Yeah, dude, traffic.
So traffic,
Oh,
you're just sitting there and you're like miserably
actually-
hungover. I'd rather hang out Sunday that whole day,
Dude,
have like a really chill day, and then Monday morning, no one's on the road, head home.
I got some experience in that, and Cody knows that I worked in Vegas for like 3 months, and see, our industry that we work in, it's not always oil and gas. We inspect all kinds of stuff. So I was actually working in Vegas, and I would go Sunday nights. So as I'm driving there, nobody's on the road. Everyone's coming, back, heading towards LA, whatever.
Right.
And I'm flying. There's nobody on the road going to Vegas on Sunday night. Everyone's coming home. And then when I would come home, nobody else, because it would be like Thursday night is when I would come home. It's not Friday night where everyone's, you know what I mean? Either
Yeah.
way, it almost sounds like if you're going to go to Vegas, go up Sunday night, come home Friday morning or Friday evening, that type, do like one of those situations, or come home Saturday or something, you know what I mean? Do like a good week. That's still too long in Vegas. I don't know if I could last a fucking week.
Yeah, it's a
I'd
lot.
rather split it up and do 2 separate trips. You know, instead of week long, do like maybe 2 3-day, 4-day trips.
Dude, I feel like there's like a time continuum when you're in Vegas, and it feels like you could be there for 2 days and it feels like a week.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like a lack of sleep thing because you're just up all night and like they never sleep. Like it never shuts down. Fremont Street shuts down, but the main strip never shuts down.
Yeah, when I turned 21, my parents took me to Vegas, and first 2 days we were in Vegas, hanging out, doing our thing. But then the last night, I believe it was the last night that we stayed there, we went a little closer to home and went to State Line, and we stayed at I believe at the Golden Nugget.
A State Line?
At State Line.
Is there a Golden Nugget? That's like Buffalo Bills
There's
on
Buffalo
one side.
Bills and
It was Whiskey Pete's.
Whiskey
Pete's
Pete's
There
on
we
the
go.
other side.
Yeah.
My mistake. Yeah, so we stayed at Whiskey Pete's, I believe, and then I was getting late, and so I was 21, so I was like, this is all exciting and new to me, and so my parents went to sleep, and I was there by myself, and I ended up falling asleep at the bar playing Keno, and the security guard, who's like an old man, woke me up, and he said, "Hey man, you gotta go back to your room because we got a room there," and yeah, you gotta go back to your room, and I was all like, I just remember walking back to my room, and there were several guys going to work because it's 6 o'clock in the morning at that point, going to work and you know doing their thing for the morning. But I remember thinking like, wow, it just never stops. We weren't even in Vegas at that point, but it just never stops. Either people are coming and going for one reason or another, and I just couldn't hang.
Have you guys ever ridden the roller coaster at Buffalo Bills?
I've tried to, and it was down when I stopped.
When I was a kid, yeah.
Yeah, when I was a kid, they used to give out these wristbands, and we went a couple times, but one time in particular, they give out a wristband where you can get unlimited rides on that roller coaster.
Yeah.
Dude, me and my brother rode that thing like 20 times, and it is the most like jankiest, shake your head around, destroy your body roller coaster.
It's like now you'd slip a few discs in your back by rolling it.
I would be paralyzed. I would straight up wouldn't be able to move my legs.
What do you guys think? I mean, you stayed at State Line. Would you is that something you'd incorporate in your Vegas trip again, or would you just skip it all together?
Dude, I'd drive the extra 45 minutes to go straight to Vegas.
I really like the Old Town Strip, to be honest with you. That's like my favorite.
Fremont Street?
Yeah, I like that.
When I was working there, I stayed at the Golden Nugget.
Which is on Fremont Street, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, which is Fremont Street, and
Golden Nugget is really cool.
I kind of like it because there's always something to do. You can step outside and there's you could just people watch all night long.
Well, at the Golden Nugget too, they have poolside blackjack. I remember spending a few days out there just
Poolside,
playing blackjack.
Yeah, poolside blackjack. They got the tunnel with the shark tank.
Yeah,
they got all kinds of cool shit now. I enjoy the Golden Nugget. I'm like kind of partial to it just because I had stayed there for 3 months, I guess.
home away from home.
It was a home away from home for sure.
Yeah, and then they have like concerts there every once in a while, which is cool.
Yeah, Fremont Street does big concerts like every weekend, and it's a lot of fun. The Strip is cool too.
Yeah, definitely.
The main Strip is cool, but Fremont Street is like, I don't know, it's got some like old feels.
Yeah, I kind of like. It's kind of weird. I like gambling down on Fremont Street a little more.
Dude, I don't even gamble when I'm in Vegas.
I do, but I don't get like super carried away.
I'll throw like some money down, but I go with like a budget. If I'll go with like $200, and that $200 is what if I spend that $200 and lose it all, then I lose it. But if I end up making money off that $200, then I'll keep playing and doing that. But
right,
I'm not one of those that's gonna break my bank account and destroy my whole family and life.
Yeah,
because
you gotta quit while you're ahead. I'll do something. I'll have a budget in mind, but like I'll do. Say I have $200 budget, and I'll take like $40 and throw it on the roulette table. And if I lose it all right there, I'm like I walk away. But if I, get hot hand, I'll win like 2 or 3 hands, and I just walk away. I'm like, okay, I'm up $120.
Last time we went, we stopped at the Bass Pro Shop on the way out, and that's connected to a casino, like the Silver Wolf Casino or something. And we walked around Bass Pro, and then we were like, fuck it, like let me throw $20 in this slot machine before we leave, just one last time. Won $600.
Oh,
Never know.
You never know.
You can't. The other thing is you can't win unless you play.
Yeah, that is true.
I would like, I've been to a lot of different hotels in Vegas. I've probably been 8 different hotels in Vegas, but I think it'd be cool eventually to hit, be able to, say, hey, I've stayed at all these places.
What's your favorite one?
The Nugget's up there. The Nugget is pretty cool, but I'm trying to think of the Mirage was pretty cool too. I like the Mirage.
I've stayed at
Flamingo's pretty cool.
I've stayed at Mandalay Bay. I stayed at Excalibur. I kind of there's like some high end ones down there that you're like, like the Venetian, the ones like towards
there.
Huh?
Haven't stayed there.
Yeah, there's a few that you're like
the Wynn, the Venetian.
I'm more of a Luxor budget kind of guy. You know what I mean? I play those slot machine games on my phone just to get like discounts on rooms.
Yeah.
I've stayed at Trump. I've stayed at the Trump Hotel.
I forgot. There's one. What's the one place with the big Ferris wheel now? Like the biggest Ferris wheel in the world. I've stayed there, whatever that place is called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of. For some reason, every hotel down the strip, I'm now blank. Treasure Island's cool. I don't like that they changed the logo. It used to be like a skull, pirate skull. Now it's just a lowercase t and a lowercase I.
Well, they gotta, with their advertising, they gotta make things fresh and try to improve on the design.
Revamp things every now and then.
Yeah.
Caesars is cool. I like walking around like shopping and stuff in Caesars. I've never stayed there in the hotel, but Caesars is a cool spot. I don't know. Vegas is cool. We could probably sit and talk forever about Vegas.
We could have a few episodes.
Yeah, that might have to be its own episode.
You just do a live pod in Vegas.
Dude.
I wouldn't be opposed, yeah.
Don't even tempt us.
We could be poolside, blackjack table.
I think that would be something that we'd like get babysitters for.
Oh, of
take
course.
the wives with us. Maybe that might be an episode we have the wives on.
I'll go by myself.
No, we'll just we'll just do like a big old group pod with like 10 people. Just because everyone's gonna want to go. We'll do it poolside. At the cheapest hotel we can get.
Probably be off the strip.
Off the strip.
Like Circus. That place is super run down, but I heard they're revamping it.
Dude, I don't know, man. I've seen some of the rooms there and from back in the day, and you're just like,
I went there the last time I was there.
$20 a night.
I went to a music festival with a bunch of friends, and some of them were staying at Circus. So we went to their room to hang out with them before the music festival, and there was what appeared to be like a big poop stain
Jesus.
right over the bed. Like, I mean,
It was just a shit stain?
I was assuming it was poop, but I mean, what else could it be? There's only a few things that are that distinctive color.
Dude, they probably shot like the nastiest porno in that room and just fucked it up. Dude. Once again, Pornhub, we are looking for sponsors.
Sheesh.
Dude, they shoot. I guess that's where they do it now, right? Is Vegas? They
I'm
just shoot all their
assuming.
porn in Vegas and fuck up every hotel room. If you're staying in a hotel room in Vegas, just assume a porno is shot in it. I kind of just automatically assume that.
I'll just take that forward with me. All right.
Yeah, moving forward.
Yeah.
Just think about that every time you're in a
Right.
room on the strip.
I'll bring my own blankets, I guess.
Yeah, BYOB. Bring your own blankets.
All right, let's maybe move off this topic a little bit. I know. Well, okay. Since we're all dads and we all have kind of seems like we all have kids at different ages. What is it like keeping up with our kids? Right? So I know Eric, you have 3. I have 1. You have 1, but Cody, yours is 5, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Mine's not even 3 years old, and you have 3 Rugrats running around.
My oldest is 2 years and a couple months. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go first on this one. Is usually by the end of the day I'm just beat, but we have this little stroller. I like taking all the kids on a walk. All 3 kids fit in this stroller. I push them down around the block and stuff. But lately, my oldest, he doesn't want to be in the stroller. He wants to go out and walk on his own.
I want to clarify that the stroller is more like a wheelbarrow for kids.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I believe it's called the Wonderfold. Wonderfold, if you're listening, we're looking for sponsors.
It's basically a Flyer red wagon, but super sized and with heavy duty tires.
Yeah, this thing can go off roading. It's pretty pretty cool. But anyways, my oldest, he doesn't want to be in there anymore, and so I'm trying to get all the kids out of the house and take them on a walk and get a little exercise. But I'm letting him out run and do his own thing. But lately, he's just been taking off through everyone's yards and plants and everything like that. So I'm like trying to push them, but then also running through people's yards and plants, trying not to destroy them, trying to get him wrangled up.
I have been on a walk, one of these walks with you, and your oldest definitely just leaps out of the cart with no care while we're moving.
No warning, nothing. Just he's out.
Or if there's anything in there, he just takes it and throws it into people's yards.
It's that dad parkour.
It's dad parkour, yeah.
I don't know, Cody. What do you think?
What's it like keeping up with a 5-year-old?
Well, I like to think of myself as like the body I have now is like an athletic dad bod. Maybe I'm naive, but
Or is it just because you're so poor you can't afford food?
you know what? I came in here thinking I wasn't going to be judged, but now suddenly I feel like I'm being judged.
I wish I was like, I'm so poor I can't afford food, because then I would actually be skinny.
I'd be a lot better off for sure.
I'm not saying you're poor. I was just messing with you.
Yeah, I know. No, this is my metabolism. It's gonna slow down. It's getting slower. I mean, it's gonna catch up eventually, but
Yeah, and when it does, dad bod time. When it catches up, give us a call. We'll let you know what brands to wear, what styles to wear, what shoes to wear. We'll hook you up with the dad bod package.
I already got the cargo shorts all day, every day, baby.
There you go. You're working your way there. We'll get you a pair of Hey Dudes. Hey Dudes, we're looking for sponsors too.
It's all kinds of plugs in this pod.
I've heard a lot of good things about the Hey Dudes.
Dude,
Tyler, why don't you enlighten us?
I got a pair for Father's Day. I don't think I'm ever wearing another pair of shoes ever again.
Wow.
I was just going to show up to work in his Hey Dudes.
Dude, I would if I could. Did you feel these? Check these out.
All right.
Dude, they're
I'll check it out real quick.
They're like super, super light.
No laces? You don't even have to tie?
Bro, they're nice.
Oh, wow.
Slip on, slip off. Super cushiony. I feel like I'm walking on pillows. Hey, dudes. Looking at you. We will rock those dad shoes all day long, every day.
But yeah, I run around with my kid and do this and that, Eventually it gets to a point where I go, hold on, and grab my knees. Hold on. All right. Give me a minute. You know what? You want some ice cream? Let's go to the store. We'll get in the car. We'll drive to the store and get some ice cream. Let's just stop running. But yeah, I mean, I try to keep up,
Yeah, me and the wife try and split duties, It's like, oh, well, I'll clean the kitchen while you pick up the living room, stuff like that. And last night I cleaned the kitchen, so I was like, I guess the living room's yours. She's like, you son of a bitch, told you I was going to clean the kitchen. And I was like, yeah, but when I clean the living room, I'm on my hands and knees picking up toys or whatnot, and it's hard for me to get back up. Whereas if I clean the kitchen, I'm just standing up the whole time. That way I'm not like on my hands and knees, and it takes me 20 minutes just to get off the ground.
You just tell her it's an age thing.
Excuse me, sorry. No, that's what I told her. I said I'm older than you, so It takes
Listen
longer.
to your elder.
It takes longer for me to get up.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's another thing too. Is because our wives are so much. I'm not saying so much younger, but younger than us, that they feel older. And I don't know if they feel older to catch up to us, or we're supposed to feel younger, but I don't feel younger.
I don't feel younger at all.
So I think it's.
I would
them.
say it's a little bit of both. There are some aspects where she'll show me something new on technology or something where I'm just like, wow, I'm so far. I feel so old and out of technology. She's like, no, look at this. This is how you do it. And I'm like, okay, well.
They keep trying to get us to do these TikTok dances, and I'm like, what the fuck is TikTok?
I don't have a TikTok, and I never will.
You know, I strayed away from getting a TikTok for a long time. And then people kept sending me things from TikTok, and I couldn't, with my old phone, I couldn't view them. And then finally I broke down eventually.
And I know
right, I'll get it.
Most of that is because we have our Wives or Friends TikTok, and they want us to do, like, you know, promote the show and stuff like that, but it's, I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's funny that we have
TikTok,
a TikTok account, but we don't have TikTok accounts.
Yeah, don't judge us.
Okay, so after you broke down and got your TikTok account, are you pro TikTok or neutral, anti-TikTok?
Do you make TikToks?
No. I have been tempted a few times,
just
to be honest.
You're just a lurker?
Yeah, I'm just a creep. I'm just creeping on, you know, I'm just a weeb, like they say.
You watch anime?
No.
Isn't a weeb like a nerd that watches anime?
Yeah, but then there's girls on there that have that do like the
cosplay
and like dance and stuff like that. For some reason, that's like
okay. You got to stop while you're head, man. You're justifying the creepiness.
No, but it's not like anything that I'm trying to get on there. It's like I feel like that it's just full of that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I think
my big thing is comedy on there. There's like a lot of comedians that do the little thing on there.
You do have to remember that all these social media platforms and websites, they run off an algorithm. So if you are continuously looking up, you know, cosplay anime girls, that's usually what's gonna pop up on your feed, man. I'm just saying.
More judgment from.
I'm just saying you could get away from that, but it seems like you keep pulling towards it.
I did read something that TikTok's like the biggest social media platform now, like bigger than Instagram or Facebook.
Doesn't surprise me.
So easy. Is it? You just get on there and you just swipe. You know, swipe. You could just drown in it for hours at a time, you know, if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I'm kind of like on the fence where I refuse to get one. Like, I don't mind having the Our Wives or Friends TikTok account that, you know,
that we've never been on or looked at.
I've seen everything that gets posted or whatever, but I'm not like physically
actively
involved.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that it's out there and people can see and, you know, find where we are and what we're doing and all this stuff. But
right, get your name out there any way you can.
Yeah, and if that's what you're into, that's the platform for you, you know. But it's just not our platform.
But what does your content consist of on there, or do the wives handle that?
Handle that. No idea.
I might go home and make a TikTok tonight just to see what's going on.
Yeah,
wow.
let's get with the wives maybe, and maybe we'll do one of these dances or something. We'll embarrass ourselves for everybody.
Yeah, sounds like it's gonna be great.
Tyler, I'll let you do the dance.
It's gonna be viral, but in a bad way. We're gonna be on Jimmy Fallon, dude, for being the shittiest TikTok dance ever made.
You know what? No, all publicity is good publicity, even if it's bad.
Yeah, I keep hearing that, but I don't know if my dignity can handle the. Oh shit, man! This episode took a turn, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we went through Vegas and TikTok.
There was a heavy part of Vegas in there.
I'm just glad we can keep pleasing our listeners, you know, with our random off-topic conversations. By the way, this episode started out as just getting older.
Taking a few turns. Big rabbit holes. Nothing near here. At least homeless people hasn't came up on this one until
You
now.
just brought up homeless people. Now we're gonna talk about homeless people.
Damn it.
It's always homeless people pissing in phone booths.
I mean, where else are they gonna piss? You know.
And never trust, the phone booth phones.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe this is something that we need to ask every guest we have on. Would you walk up? You saw a phone booth. You needed to make a phone call. Are you taking that phone and putting it skin contact to your face, or are you holding it away? Or are you holding it with like your shirt? Like you don't even want to touch the phone.
Kind of like speakerphone.
I have a cell phone.
No, but
So-
your cell phone's broken, and you have to use a payphone to call somebody.
Yikes. Okay, I might just walk home. Wherever home is, I'm gonna walk there versus using that phone.
What if you're
you don't know what
What if you're on your way
people-
to Vegas?
Yeah, what if you're 3 hours away and there's nothing?
You just gotta go to the side of the road and stick your thumb out and hope for the best.
You'd rather risk some getting serial killed over putting a homeless man's piss on your face?
So what he's saying is he wouldn't even touch it on his bare hands, yet alone his face.
Exactly. That's why I said, would you hold the phone with your shirt and put it up to your face like that, just so you don't have to make full contact with
Well,
that?
that would get your shirt dirty.
Dude, you're already stranded on the side of the road. I don't think getting your shirt dirty is
All
your
right,
concern.
if I honestly had to, then yeah, I would hold it away from my face, obviously.
Okay,
But yeah,
thank you. One of our guests, Skylar, that we've had on before.
I know of him.
Yes, you do. He straight up basically told us he wouldn't mind putting that shit straight contact to his face.
Might as well just put it in your mouth.
Dude.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets hurt. I mean, have herpes on that, dude. I don't know.
Said no Lysol wipes.
Yeah, he used and he said no Lysol. Like he wouldn't even clean it. He just
Why would you have Lysol if you don't even have a phone?
Yeah, that's true.
maybe
Very
you had
true.
a pack of Lysol wipes in your car. I don't know.
If you had a car, you just drive home.
What if it's broken down? Dude, that doesn't change the shit you have in it. Just because your car's broken down doesn't mean you can't open the door and grab something out of it.
This is becoming a very specific scenario.
Hey, man. This is what
The
we do.
chances of someone finding themselves in this scenario is very slim.
Yeah, and everybody else on the planet has a cell phone that you could.
I
ask to use.
recall a story in one of our first 2 episodes that you found yourself in that situation. Car broken down, no cell phone. So I don't want to hear this.
Since you mentioned it, yeah, you are correct. I was probably one in those. I was in the low percentile.
If you're looking at numbers right now, there's 3 of us here, 1 in 3.
That's one way to look at it. Yeah.
You're sitting here telling me that scenario would never happen when we've already talked about it.
I mean, I can't argue. So
The logic is there. The logic is there.
you can't argue with numbers.
That's all you deal with all day, dude. You can't argue with the numbers. Now that we've gone really, really off topic,
Yeah. Let's get back to
Let's
the
reel it
topic.
back in.
let's
Yeah.
reel it back. Hey, do any of you guys snore?
Maybe if I'm drunk,
Just when you're drunk?
pretty much
I snore every day, and then if I'm drunk, it's just that much worse.
louder.
I know.
More intense.
I know. I started snoring like as the older I got, but I know like as I gained some weight, the snoring like increased. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Definitely.
But I know if I'm like, if I was fit when I was young, I still snored, but it wasn't. I don't think it's as loud as it is now.
Well, I also sleep by myself, so who knows if I snore.
You've never had one of your one night stands say, "Motherfucker"?
One of my one night. What kind of girl you think I am? One of my one night stands. Good Lord, I'm a good Christian. All right,
Good Christian boy. You're square. You don't no one night stands.
of course not.
You date a woman.
Not that you could prove, anyways.
What's the length of time before you're sleeping with somebody? If a woman walked up to you and said, "Let's go to my place right now," what are you doing?
I need CID.
Okay, but what if you guys are at a bar? Would you still ask to see her ID, or would you assume she's 21? ID?
People get into bars who are not 21.
He probably checks the IDs better than the bouncers actually do.
Yeah.
Got to.
If you checked her ID while still at the bar, would you turn her in?
I just walk out and be like, "Good luck, everybody else." Like,
Someone's going to jail tonight. I'm assuming that this person is under 18 at a bar.
right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I don't know. To be totally 100% honest, I have not been big on the one night stand thing. Like, I've probably only had once, maybe twice, my entire life. Just not been big on it.
Are you doing like dating sites? Do you do like that type of thing, like a Tinder, Bumble?
Yeah, I was on a few. I cut back a lot, like, because it was just mostly. All right, so let's get back into the dating thing, since that's something you guys haven't talked about a lot.
Yeah.
Nowadays, as far as the dating goes, a lot of it's online. A lot of it's online, and then when you talk to girls online, it almost doesn't mean anything, even if you feel like
you feel like you have a connection.
Yeah, if you feel like you're clicking with somebody and it's a good, and then the next moment
they got some other
ghosted.
dude's dick in their mouth.
Ghosted. Well, I don't know that much, but ghosted. I just quit talking, quit. So, but then at the same time, if you try to be more forward and be like, "Oh, hey, it seems like this is going well. Do you want to go do something? Do you want to get a drink? Do you want to get a coffee? Blah blah blah."
Right.
That's almost too forward to some girls. You know what I mean? And it's like, I just want to get to know you on a personal level rather than clicking on this phone. And I don't know. It's kind of it's weird. It's super weird. I've struggled with it for a while. That's why I cut back so much, because it wasn't serving me. You know what I mean?
Because most of it ends up just being bullshit.
Yeah, and and I get lonely just like everybody else.
Have you?
So I get on there and kind of mess around, but it just usually doesn't get too far.
I feel like there's girls you might hit it off with too on on the online aspect, but then when you meet them in person, you're like, man, this girl's really awkward.
Like catfish style, like
not catfish, because you might just be the person who
Okay,
was, but it's just like the personal connection
might be different
not-
in person.
Yeah,
In IRL, and in real life.
Yeah, and I've gone on dates with girls and things like that. It just depends. Like, I try to stay away from girls who don't have kids, because a lot of times their priorities aren't in the same level as mine.
right.
And I've gone on. Even I hate to go back to Vegas, but I went on. I was seeing a girl for a little bit. And we went to go see Sublime with Rome in Vegas, and we had a good.
with Rome.
That sounds amazing.
And we had a great time, and all this stuff, but like, ultimately our priorities are in different places, and she's way too free, and she just that's the stage in life that she's in right now, and it's just not gonna click.
You're almost to the point where like you want to find someone to settle down with, not just someone to like have fun with.
Well, yeah, both. I guess.
No,
I
get
say.
I don't mean like you're not gonna have fun with the person you settle down with, but like you're not in that like free state of mind where you're 21 and going nuts. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Of course.
You kind of want to. You're in like the phase of life where you're starting to shift towards like, let's settle down. Let's have actual relationship. Let's have an actual friendship. Let's do things together. Get a house. Like live that kind of life, like all the picket fence and all that stuff.
I mean, yeah, slow down a little bit, but yeah.
You find it's like a tough line though, like you're talking about, like you don't want to be straight up too forward in the beginning of your conversations with them, like, hey, let's hang out, let's do something, but then you don't want to drag it on too long before you hang out in person. You have to find like a happy medium a little bit.
Yeah, because pretty much at that point they get tired of talking to you.
Yeah,
And then they move on, because you're just one swipe away from somebody else.
It's like each person, each woman is like a different quickness, because if you don't like make a do you feel like if you don't make a move fast enough, or ask for her number fast enough, or want to meet her fast enough, all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, she's moving on to someone else already? Or is there like a level, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes.
You just kind of have to read the person, because I would imagine some women are like, oh, like they just want to talk on there to get to know you before they move to that step. and some would probably want to move a little faster. So how do you like judge that?
You just judge that on how much you're clicking. So if you guys are clicking real, just on the basic conversation you're having, if you're clicking real well, and then I would try to move towards that. But at the same time, I've done that where we've clicked really well, or as well as you can through messaging each other, and then gone on a date with this girl, and her not be what I expected.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
let me stop you there and let me ask you this: where did you take this girl on a date to? Red Lobster?
No.
Freaking free Cheddar Bay biscuits or what, dude?
No, I don't even remember where we went, but like
where's your go-to date place? I mean, you have to have like a go-to date. You open this thing up when we first started, trying to put yourself out there for all the ladies to hit us up, okay? So now they're all wondering, what are they expecting?
Well, it's not the same all the time, so it's not like I'm going into these places and going, hey, saying hi to the waitress because I'm there all the time. I'm bringing different girls in there all the time. You know what I mean?
That's
what it seems like you're saying, actually. So that is not the case at all.
You have to jump to Cody's defense here. I would say that a Sublime with Rome concert, it's a pretty badass date.
Dude, we had a good time. It was the whole concert. It was at the MGM, and we were standing in a pool of water.
How long were you
during
guys
the concert?
How long were you guys together before you took her on this date?
We had gone on 2 or 3 dates before that.
And you went to Vegas?
Yeah.
You took her to Vegas for 2 to 3 dates.
Yeah, well,
that's not what she was using.
We took each other to Vegas. She paid for a lot of stuff too.
Okay.
It wasn't like I paid for everything.
Yeah,
I'll catch your defense there because if you just paid for everything, the room and all that stuff, dude, she was using you, bro.
No, we went Deutsch.
She went for Rome. You know what I mean? She didn't go for you. She went for Rome.
Wow.
Don't get used, Cody. You're better than that.
Maybe I like that. Maybe I like being used.
Okay. Ladies out there, abuse the shit out of Cody.
If you're into BDSM, hit me up.
Pornhub, we're still looking for sponsors. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Does so talking on that kind of subject, does certain alcohols affect you guys now? Like, I know when I was young, when I was like 21, I could drink anything I wanted. Now, dude, I can barely drink beer. It just bloats me up too much.
My noticeable thing is Jameson. Everyone loves Jameson, and it just does something to me where my body just physically rejects it. Last time I took a shot of Jameson, I was in a bar full of like 200 people, and I puked all over the place.
Yeah, I have a weird palate for alcohol. I really enjoy Jaeger, and that's not a lot of thing like an alcohol a lot of people like because it's got like a black licorice flavoring.
Right.
And I don't particularly like. I'm not gonna go on some black licorice, but it's something that I can put. I mix it with 7-Up, so I do a Jaeger and 7, and all it does is take that flavor of the Jaeger and just dilute it, so it's not as strong. But the reason I like Jaeger is because it doesn't have like an alcohol flavor. It's not like it's like an actual flavor. It's a black licorice. You know what I mean? It's not like you're taking a shot of vodka or a shot of whiskey and you're just like, at the end, you're like, you do like the head shake and everything and it hits you. That has an actual like real world flavor.
But what about things that don't agree with you? Just beer, you said?
Beer bloats me up, man. As I've gotten older, I can have 1 or 2 beers, but if I'm hitting like 3 or 4, I feel like I just ate like a basket of fries and 2 burgers. You know what I mean?
Right.
That is not pleasant to me.
Yeah,
I don't like feeling like that.
You pretty much, even me, I pretty much gotta eat light before I plan on doing some drinking because the beers, especially, they bloat you up. If you have a heavy meal before and then all of a sudden you think you're gonna have some drinks afterward, it's a lot.
Especially the beers we have now. It's not like we go to the store and there's only Bud Light, Coors Light, whatever. You have like all these craft beers and all this and a 7% beer and like all these IPAs now and all this. Like those things are heavy, dude.
Especially, I have a lot of friends that drink the stouts, and I might drink one every once in a while, but I've seen people just put down like a 6 or 12 pack of stouts, and I'm just like, man,
Dude, that's not, dude.
that's heavy beer.
I could drink.
It's like gasoline.
Yeah, no. Like my extent of like drinking a heavy beer like that, like a stout or something, is those like tall ones, like the glass bottles that are like, I don't know, a foot and a half tall.
Yeah.
What are they, like a liter? I don't know. What size are those?
I have no idea.
Anyway, you know what I'm talking about though, like
Yeah,
the
I know what
bigger
you're talking about.
bottles.
A liter of cola.
A liter of cola. Is there spit in this? No, that's my extent. Like I can drink like one of those, but I'm not drinking anything else.
Yeah.
Because most of the time those are going to be some like 7% beer, and you drink that whole thing. That's your whole night, man. Like you're just feeling it after that.
Yeah.
So I mean, what's the fun of that? I don't know. And I've kind of shifted towards seltzers, not necessarily because of the whole beer thing, because they make me so bloated feeling. Whereas I can drink more seltzers and it's the same percentage, and they don't make me feel like that.
Yeah, I'm not huge on seltzers, but I must say we recently got a pack of the Truly poolside seltzers, and they have a mojito one in there, and I highly recommend it.
Mojito.
So Truly, if you're listening,
we're looking for sponsors. I think dude, every plug. Yeah, we're looking for sponsors.
Hey, you gotta put yourself out there.
Hey, man. I mean, maybe somebody will be listening to this, and maybe they work for Truly, or Pornhub, or Fleshlight. I don't know, man.
Or Trojan, or hell, anything.
Sure. Eric's over here. He should be the one sponsoring Trojan with 3 kids.
Yeah, we've got a few inquiries in our inbox.
Yeah, we got nibbles. We've got nibbles. Well, I mean, you're the guest here, Cody, so is there anything that maybe you wanted to bring up or talk about?
What about let's see.
Yeah, this dead
What
air
about
off.
getting your ID checked? How often do you get your ID checked anymore?
Oh, like as we've gotten older
to get
how-
alcohol and stuff like that?
Never.
Never.
They just recently quit checking my ID. Probably within the last year.
Is that because you have a baby face or a baby body?
Perhaps. Both.
You're a man in a child's body?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Yeah, they probably look at me and think I'm double my age. So
I think it's the gray in the beard.
yeah, that will do it.
Yeah.
There's no questions asked there. Once they see the gray in the beard, it's like,
Yeah, that's...
sir, put your ID away. We don't need to see that.
well,
Are you guys one of those, the two that as soon as you throw alcohol on the conveyor belt, you're already getting the ID out? Or do you just like not pull it out until you're asked?
I don't even pull it out anymore.
I've stopped
Yeah.
at this point. Yeah.
Same. I used to like pull it out, have it against my wallet with my wallet in my hand, just ready, and they never asked for it, and I just like, okay, and just put it back. So I stopped just getting it out altogether.
It's funny though. When I was 17 and I had my fake ID, I had it ready to go. Like I had it,
Let's back this up. Tell us about this fake ID, Eric.
What
You
do
can't
know about it.
You can't just blur it out there like, oh hey, I had a fake ID.
You just gonna run past that?
Yeah, you're just gonna run. I mean, not everybody had a fake ID, dude. I usually relied on you.
I didn't have one. I just found somebody else. Hey, mistered it.
Well, I think how I came about this was my friend owned a bowling alley, and for some reason they used to collect people's IDs to get bowling shoes.
Yeah,
And so
people would forget.
he would have like 200 IDs, and he would go through and just pick one that looked the most like you.
Wow.
What a schemy ass.
By most like you, like this was nothing like me, but
Your name was Jamal or what?
This is like a black guy. Like, yeah, that's me. Before the surgery.
and yeah, I mean, I had it. I got it when I was like 17, and I never got questioned with it at a store. Never got denied, but I did get pulled over one time by a cop, and somehow he saw that I had it. I think I gave him the wrong ID. Pulled over.
Were you?
Anyways, I didn't get in trouble. I just said that, hey, one of my buddies had too much to drink and left his ID in his car. I was going to return it to him. That was my store, and I stuck with it. But he still confiscated it.
I was gonna say he bought that.
I mean, this is a different time.
The times were simpler then. But it did me good. It did me good. It got me to right before I was 21. So
It got you from 17 to 20 and 3/4.
yeah, just about. No questions asked ever.
Right
Hey,
on.
man,
And it looked nothing like me.
that's the McLovin dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get that fake ID.
It was
Chicka fake ID.
It was definitely
What?
different race than I am, you know. So I don't know
Was
how
it
it
really?
worked. Yeah.
I was kidding about it, but
How off was it?
Well, it was Hispanic, but some people have asked me if I'm Hispanic, you know. I'm not, but some people have said that I look Hispanic.
you should have said C.
Dude, you're the whitest dude I know.
It worked, man, for a period of time. I don't know. Those were just good times. The times were simpler then.
Oh my gosh, man. It's,
Well, I want to touch on the looks, by the way. You said you got gray in your beard and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want to touch. I got gray on my head. And
Okay.
It's really difficult to still rock this like 14-year-old Justin Bieber haircut with gray peppered in there.
let me see. Take the headset off. Let me
All right,
see.
all right,
you
hold
have a
on.
Justin Bieber cut right now?
Since I was fucking 16 years old, yeah.
Let me see this cut.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, confirming out there, ladies. He does have the Justin Bieber, probably what would I say, the Justin Bieber 2013 haircut. I don't know.
And he's
Back
single.
when
He's single, ladies. He's
Back when
available.
he was 14 years old, yeah. If you're into that,
I would say the gray and white hairs is like, it's kind of like the wildfire effect. Like one pops up, and then when it makes contact with another hair, that hair turns white or gray.
Yeah. It's like every gray hair slaps into another hair, it just transfers.
Yeah, I like to call it the wildfire. You know.
I don't yet have a bunch of grays or like gray. I'm sure I have a couple, you know, that have been pointed out to me, but I don't think I have like, hold on. I don't think I have a whole lot of grays yet. Even in my beard, my beard is weird. It's kind of like blonde.
mine gets like that too.
Because you could tell like a gray between a blonde hair, you know?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, getting older, you know what thing has happened? Eyebrows, dude. Dude, I'll get like 2-inch long eyebrows, hairs. Now, if I don't like catch them,
So you trim them up.
I just pluck them, dude. I'll find that bad boy because you can see it like sticking out, man. Like it sticks out like a good like inch away from your face, man. I'll get a pliers. I'll get something and pluck it out.
Yeah, take
Tweezers.
care of the brows.
Those
man.
are called tweezers, not pliers.
I guess pliers might work.
Depends if you're man enough.
Yeah.
Then they're pliers.
I get in my Craftsman toolbox and I get my pliers out and pluck my eyebrow hairs. No, but that's something that, like, getting hair in like the weirdest places. Like I have on the top of my ear, I have a hair that now grows out of my ear.
Wow.
I have to catch it. Otherwise, dude, I caught it one time. It was at least like an inch and a half long. I'm like, how did fucking nobody say
It's
nothing?
like, did it grow that big overnight?
Dude. Like, how did nobody say nothing? Nobody saw this fucking
It's like an antenna and shit.
2-inch antenna sticking out of my ear. Nobody said nothing. That's like walking around with mustard on your face all day and nobody saying shit. You know what I mean?
When I see people out with something like ketchup or mustard on their face, I for a brief second say, "Should I tell them?" And then I say, "No, it's way too funny. Just let them go."
Yeah, just let them run with it, I guess.
No,
But-
what you do is you lick your thumb and you get it off for them.
or like, or even like
Even if they're perfect strangers.
the nose hair thing, man. It's like I was looking one day and I'm like, getting this 2-inch eyebrow hair that I got, and I got like my shit up my face up against a mirror trying to get it, and I'm like, I have like a 2-inch nose hair too.
Yeah,
like,
that's big for me too. The nose hair
Dude.
thing. I gotta keep that
I'm
shit
like,
trimmed
well,
down.
nobody said nothing. I got like fucking
Yeah.
look like a fucking weasel coming out of my nose, a werewolf coming out of my nose. Nobody says shit.
It looks like
Come
it's
on.
part of your mustache.
I'm relying on like the wife or family member or friend to be like, dude, pull me aside. Dude, you got like a 4-inch nose hair. You might want to fucking trim that shit up. Like, say something, dude.
Looks
You
like
know,
a
you see something,
shit-
say something. You know,
that shit looks like a booger slide.
I'm not gonna like beat you up because you told me you had a fucking because you know, like, say something. You know, if I had like a beard hair sticking out that was way longer than the other ones, hey, you may want to trim that shit up a little bit. That's a little different, but you know. And then as I got older too, like my chest hair, I got a lot more chest hair. I started getting some of that like ground beef sticking out the shirt. Got to trim that up too.
Yeah, I got the taco meat sticking out.
Yeah, man.
I did say, not recently, probably, I don't know, maybe a few months back, I was kind of in a funk. I got like no sleep that night, and I shaved my face the next morning. I like missed a spot on my mustache, and so I went to work with like a little corner of my face, like having super long hair.
Oh shit!
The rest of my face being no hair. It was pretty embarrassing. I didn't realize till like the day is almost over.
Dude, that's like the worst thing is when I come home from like, I don't know, just being at work or being like, we went to dinner or something. And at the end of the night, I come home and there's that, you know, something I had a whole time, like a whitehead or a freaking, like, you know, one of those long hairs or something on my face where I'm like, I was out in public like that. Like, what an ass. Like, I don't want to be that old guy that's got, like, you know, a bushel of hair sticking out my ears. Let me get one of those trimmers and trim that bad boy up. Like, at least let me know. Be like, hey, man.
Manscape it.
You might want to start manscaping. So with the lawnmower 3.0 or the 4.0. I think they got a 4.0 now. I do have a Manscaped.
You like it? Does it work pretty well?
It trims the pubes up nicely.
Right on.
Good to know. Good to know.
Manscaped. Looking for a sponsor.
Currently actively looking for sponsors. Manscaped.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. My facial hair, it's like Joe Dirt.
You know what?
It's like Joe Dirt's facial hair. It only grows like what looks like a hillbilly. So I try to shave most of it off.
It grows in all white trash like.
Yeah, pretty much, just like that.
I do. So I grew out my beard. Now I have to shave every day. For
work.
For where I work.
Yeah, I got you.
But before, I let it grow, man. I let the beard grow. And I do have a white trash spot right here under my chin that does not grow any hair. I mean, you can feel it right now. It is smooth like a baby's butt.
It'd be funny to watch you have a full beard and just have a bald spot down there.
It fills in.
Okay.
When I have the beard going, it does fill in so you don't notice it. But that, like, growing, like the beginning stages, you could definitely tell I have like a bald spot right there.
Mine's the exact same way. You can see it right now, Lodge.
Yeah, dude. See, I have that too. Yeah, exactly.
It's weird. I don't understand it.
Mine's not as big as yours.
Well, there's a lot of big things I have.
The bald spot anyway. The bald spot anyway is not as big as yours.
Yeah.
But it is in other aspects. I don't know. I've never seen anything. I'm just fucking with you. All right, fellas, let's compare dicks. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, this took a turn.
Let's take a weird turn.
Hey, we got to talk about Manscaped, right?
That's true.
Oh, okay. Let's jump on that topic.
Okay.
You guys full shave or just trim? Or just let it flow?
I trim.
Cody, I'm going to let you tackle this.
Yeah. Let's get personal. All
right. You know, whatever. You know. I trim because I don't want to look like a small boy.
But
so
is that okay?
Just saying.
I'm just okay.
So,
yeah, I don't.
But I keep it tidy. You know, keep it tidy.
Okay.
Keep it tight.
Is that because you're on the dating scene? You want to make sure that you're always presentable.
I would assume if I wasn't, then yeah, I'd probably be slacking more on it. Yeah. I mean,
the
makes
times
sense.
that you forget is the times you regret.
I do keep it trimmed. I don't clean shave it. I have done that before, and I get some bumps down there. You know, like razor bumps, and I'm like, nah, I can't do that.
They got cream for that, by the way.
It's not an STD, Cody. I don't know what kind of creams you have in your medicine cabinet, but it's just straight razor bumps.
Wow.
Okay. We believe you, Tyler.
Sure. We believe you.
I've been tested. Okay, I am clean.
You hear that, everybody out there? Tyler's clean. He's good to go.
I think they're more worried about you.
That's
You're
true.
the one that's single.
No comment.
Ladies, I'd be concerned. He won't confirm or nor deny. Anyway, Eric, you never told us.
Oh
your
yeah, I
situation.
I guess it's my turn to answer. No, I definitely go with the trimmed look. Definitely. Kind of like the wilderness. They have to thin the brushes. They have to thin the brush from time to time
to
so
stop it from having a wildfire.
Exactly. Yeah, you never know.
Well, for me, when you're sending dick pics like I do, you got to make it presentable. You know what I mean? You don't want to be sending a bush like a
70s.
an overgrown 70s bush to.
Well, we're not sending over
girls.
here sending dick pics.
That's what I said for me, but
Okay. I guess I don't know about Eric, but I don't know what they're into.
I don't know. You guys can send dick pics to your wives, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All fun and games.
But we also can just come home and whip it out anytime we want, I guess.
Well, don't brag about it, jeez.
That's the goal, is to make you feel like shit, Cody.
Is that why you brought me on?
We can come home to our significant other. You come home to an empty house.
Yeah, you're just yelling at me at a certain point and throwing things at me and telling me you're a piece of shit because you're alone. Don't forget it.
That's the whole goal. That's why we brought you on, is so you never forget you're a loner.
That's good. Can't wait to come back.
No, this has been a lot of fun. We'll definitely have you back on, I think.
We've taken a lot of twists and turns. Like always, go down a few rabbit holes.
I think. Yeah,
now we're back to manscaping.
We've definitely gone down a few rabbit holes, but I think all in all, it was a pretty good conversation, and I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. Definitely.
But you want to, how do you feel? You want to come back on? And
definitely. Anytime you guys want me to come on, I'll come on. We'll discuss. We'll joke. We'll chit chat. Whatever you want to do. I had a good time.
Yeah, let us know out there, any of our listeners, if you want the loner Cody back on the show.
Yeah, I love the abuse. Appreciate it.
Hey, you said early on that you liked me to be. I'm just trying to keep you true to your word.
Yeah, usually there's a lot less penises involved, but
no, but the ladies out there, Cody is currently on the market.
Yep, cheap too. Discount price.
Are you charging?
No, you said on the market, so it's a discount price.
Okay.
You got it. You get it.
Yeah. I'll take you to Red Lobster for those unlimited Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Hey, those Cheddar Bay biscuits, man, they're pretty good. Not gonna lie.
We are actually looking for sponsors, Red Lobster. I told you anytime. I'm just gonna throw that out there every time.
Might as well.
Man. Oh man. Anyway, I think we should kind of start wrapping things up here. Even though we barely talked about getting older.
Yeah, I mean, we can probably talk for 3 or 4 hours about.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to do a part 2.
Part 2 for sure, because there's a lot of other aspects we haven't.
We barely scratched the surface, I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk for probably 2 more hours if we wanted to.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, well, thank you for joining us, Cody. I'm glad you were able to find the time to come on and hang out with us.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having you on the show today.
Of course, yeah. Anytime, like I said.
Yeah, thank you for all the listeners out there. I know that we've gained a few more states and quite a few more listens in the few recent weeks.
How about any more countries?
We've got like 4 countries outside the U.S. that have listeners.
We do have a listener in Moscow, so it may or may not be
Yeah,
Mr. Putin himself.
I don't know what's going on with that one, but keep on listening, everybody. If you got inquiries, questions, you want to shout out us, answer questions on one of the podcasts, just reach out to us. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and of course the infamous TikTok. And we will definitely answer some questions if we do get some. Anyway, everyone have a good day, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Yep. Until next time, guys.
Till next time.